Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing okay today. It's Wednesday today, and the learning target for English is to know how to capture the reader's interest on the first page. Now, today, as it says here, we're starting a brand new book. We've sadly finished The Little Shop of Horrors now. We hope you enjoyed that. And we're moving on to our final text of the year, which is called Kenzuki's Kingdom by a very famous author in the UK called Michael Morpurgo. In the top right-hand corner is the typical front cover for Kenzuki's Kingdom. You can Google that, see it a bit closer. It's a picture of a ship plus a massive wave, which has something to do with what happens at some very, very important point in the story. Now, you may have been one of the children out there, and I know there are lots of you who have managed to get hold of a copy and to read at least some of the book over the break for Eid. Now, if that's you, well done, fantastic. If that's not you and you'd like to, then try to get hold of an online copy, an ebook of Kenzuki's Kingdom, because it would really, really help you with the activities and to read ahead and to know what's kind of happening. Because basically you can go back, you can check, you can piece together things we do in class, and it will give you a much greater understanding about what happens in the story. Now, what I would urge all of you to do, whether you've got a copy of the book or not, is click here. Not here on the movie, of course. No, that's just silly. Go to your activity booklet and click on the link to hear the author, Michael Morpurgo, introduce the story to you. It's his own book, it's his own story, so he'll do it for you in a very, very interesting way. Okay, so try and see if you can do that, all of you. If you can get hold of a copy of Kenzuki's Kingdom, brilliant. That would really help you over the next several weeks. So on the screen right now, you can see the main characters in the story. All right. Now, again, it's quite important to know who these guys are because it will help you, again, just piece together certain things and certain context as to what happens and when. So the lead character is this guy, this boy called Michael. He's over here on the left-hand side. Then there's Mum and Dad. I don't quite know why they're dressed like people from the Victorian era in the UK, but they are. Then there's Stella. Stella is a sheepdog. She's a beautiful dog, isn't she? She's there near towards the right-hand side. Then you've got this really important character here called Kenzuki. Now, Kenzuki is not from the same place where Mum and Dad and Michael and Stella are from. There's then on the bottom left a picture of a boat called Peggy Sue. Apparently it's bad luck to sail or to go in a boat that doesn't have a name, and this particular boat is called Peggy Sue. You've then got this orange looking fellow, an orangutan called Tomodachi. He plays a very important part toward the middle of the book. And finally then at the very end you've got killer men. Don't sound very nice at all, do they? But they again play a very important part in the story a little bit later on. Again, it's a really good idea if we know the characters, who they are, and then we can piece together what happens with them and when. Okay, so then this is the very first bit, the opening of Kenzuki's Kingdom that I've simply just copied from the text and put into the screen for you here. So what we're going to do today for our writing task is to get you guys to read that particular section and then answer some questions in the typical way you're used to doing normally on a Sunday morning. So remember, what we need you to do is to read this through at least two times, at least twice. The more you read it, the better you'll understand what is happening in this particular part of the play, this particular part of the story. You don't at this stage need to read any more. Can if you want to, but all of the questions are going to be about this particular part that you'll need to read two times. There's then 5 questions for you, okay? The 5 questions today are pretty good questions, I like to say. I didn't actually think of these questions, I found them there somewhere. Now, they're good questions because you can answer the question very simply. Okay, so by that there is a very simple option to answer the question. Let's call it a level 3 answer. So you can just say, for example, what does the reader find out about the narrator's age? You could answer it by saying the reader finds out the narrator is, and then just have a digit for however old the narrator is. However, what it does for every single one of these questions is allow you to elaborate. And by elaborate, what it means is it allows you to tell us more, not just about what we're asking you, but by giving us a bit more information from things that you read in between the lines. Do you remember that? We call that inference. Now, as you guys are going to be moving into year 6, we're going to be expecting a lot more of this inference stuff from you. So it's not just reading directly, it's really trying to think, why is the author doing this? Why is he saying this? What does the question mean? Let's see if there's any more information there which I can possibly find. So it's okay if you can just answer in a level 1, which is a couple of words, still put that information, the answer into a sentence. But if you want to push yourself, really try looking for lots more information. Try to see if you can answer in a full sentence. Read between the line and think, what is the author really and truly asking me? Okay, if this is a bit challenging for you, do come along to our clinics, because we can help you turn your level 1 to level 3 answers into some really, really good responses later on in our clinics starting at 11:30. Okay, so that's the activity for today from Kenzuki's Kingdom by Michael Morpurgo. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you a little bit later on at clinic. Thanks, boys and girls.